questions to do with ideas and development, because to be honest, we've had some trouble with creativity like for the past 2 years doing things. So yeah, we've been scared as hell, like you. Yeah, we graduated in June this year.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, and we're on our gap years at the moment, and we've already got uni places and everything, so yeah. Yeah, so we're doing the BFI film course at BFI Oxford, which is in County Road. Yeah, we got to go to Pinewood and everything, so that was amazing. And yeah, so it's fine. We're probably not going to show you our Double 95 film today because it is about 6 minutes long. At the time, we would have more time than this, but
6 minutes.
We have made most of it. It was about a month before it was due, and my laptop will go viral. So big hint: use hard drives. Use hard drives whenever you can.
So we only had like about 3 weeks to shoot it and edit it, and oh god, it's horrible.
Yeah.
So
Des was bloody already.
okay, yeah, this is. You might have already seen it, because I don't know if Miss Bird's already.
I haven't shown them.
Probably not, but
yeah. It's good, and it was an A grade. Okay.
Is this A2?
It's
A2.
And it's a short film?
It's a trailer.
It's a trailer, because we, yeah,
Which
it's
is
one
one
do short film.
Yeah, and I will go into why this one is a bit better.
It's quirky.
Okay, now, here is the re-premiere of hopefully the working sound system.
Actually, what did you get for that?
I think it was an A.
Are you sure?
For the film, I think for the valuation it kind of brought it down a bit.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Probably because we
I
rushed
can't
it
remember.
quite a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
sorry.
well, that story, don't
Or was
rush the
that high?
valuation.
Was that high?
Yes.
Or no, I can't remember.
I think it was an A.
Yes.
The film itself was an A.
Yes.
Yeah, so, yeah, how do people produce things? It's quite interesting question. A few words of wisdom to give you that we kind of like learned for the past year or so. Yeah, so be patient, but definitely be open to ideas. Give yourself a break, obviously, because you don't want to be working senselessly and not come up with any good ideas, because otherwise if you just keep on working, you know, your ideas just won't be as good as if you kind of took your time, go back to looking at these ideas and think, is this actually good? This is a hard one. Shut off all distractions, of course, can really help. Let your mind wander, obviously, kind of like open to ideas. Look at some of these headlines, pick one, and make a story about it, basically. Yeah, so you can use the who, what, where, when, to help you. So, for example, looking at like the first one, you could say who, obviously a robber, what, robbing a bank in Paris, actually, yeah, robbing an art gallery in Paris. When, I think we said it was like the 90s?
Yeah,
really
about
good
90s
this.
because we need a good soundtrack.
How the guy's a Roman hacker. Yeah, basically something like that. Something quite simple, not too developed, but you've got something to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so we'll try that for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So,
What did you come up with?
feedback.
Okay, so the ex-Prime Minister, Nicolas Sarkozy of France,
Oh yeah.
decided to rob Le Louvre,
Okay.
and he robbed it with a Tommy gun and shot up all the art, but then took one very special piece, which was the reason everyone went to the exhibition.
Okay.
And then
This
it
is
was like exhibition.
Exhibition.
Yeah, exhibition.
Doesn't matter. We know what you mean. We know what you mean.
The problems with creativity. Okay. Now, creativity is quite an irritating word most of the time. But
Can I just stop you only for a second, just to say to you that the reason they're talking to you about creativity is because in January, when we come to look at the coursework part of our course, creativity is a big focus, and the questions in the exam are often about how you are creative in your practice. So their focus on creativity isn't random.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and also the main point of our content in this presentation is because this is, most of these things are things that we wish we'd actually known at this point. So yeah, please try to be as absorbent as you can.
And in the exam we did do creativity in post-production, this
Yes.
is for 1A, so it's useful.
Yeah, we do set our common sense, but the point of that is actually how you approach it, and it's what you actually do with it. Because I mean, with people like Christopher Nolan, sorry, I do kind of hate him.
What?
I do partially hate Christopher Nolan. Okay. But yes. Okay. Okay. Well, mind you, I have a kind of love-hate relationship with themes, because I think that they can really make a film, but just like I mentioned, if you rely on them too much and not on the actual production of the story and the morals beneath that, it can lose momentum and again get very dull. So is the difference between the bright, glistening Hollywood cinema and very, very British cinema. Who here has heard of the Cornetto trilogy? Good man. Okay, fantastic. So that's
Oh yeah.
So the Cornetto trilogy is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End.
Yeah.
And the most recent I just watched this morning. Okay, and basically, you know how during those films that there are those very quick cuts. Any questions?
Really interactive, really helpful in what you said. I thought your exercises were really useful for to help us, to help our creativity and stuff.
Okay, cool.
It was nice to hear about your A2 experiences as well, considering we're going into it this year.
Yeah.
Obviously that would be really useful when we're doing it in January, I think it is. So.
And
He was really enthusiastic, so he kept us awake and he gave us good advice.
yes, and do you have any feedback, Miss Bird?
Yeah, thanks for coming back, because it is always, I think you guys are right, it's always good to hear people that have gone through what you're about to go through, and thanks for that focus on creativity, and I think it was nice that you gave them that little activity to do. It would have been nice if you guys, if we'd pushed you perhaps to actually do that, and perhaps even had a second stage to that activity where they did something then with that plot, or where you talked about it in terms of genre. Yeah, you could have done possibly a bit more with what you got out of them. But then having said that, it was probably quite a good balance. So, but thanks for coming in. I agree that you were really enthusiastic, and it was really, really nice